Hello and welcome back to the MLB DFS slate breakdown for Friday, September 12th. We're here, we're breaking it down. We got a nice big slate to go over. And as always, we're going to go over the perfect lineups, the winning lineups, then get into the high owned pitchers, some pivots to consider, and then we'll do the same with stacks. Before we get into it, I'm your host, Tyler Wiemann, and come join us at LineStar. We have the app. We have the website. We got all the different sports. With your subscription, you get access to all forms, all sports. You get it all, one low price. We also do have a free trial, free 7 days. Football week 2 started yesterday. If you get the free trial, you get all of this week, the finish of week 2, and then also Thursday night football of next week. Come try us out for free if you've never tried us out before. We are also the best value in DFS at only $39.99 per month, and it gives you all the tools, everything, one low price. Now let's dig into the slate. Perfect lineup for yesterday on FanDuel. We had Randy Vasquez. I cannot believe that Randy Vasquez is in the optimal lineup. But hey, here we are today. And we had a 3-man Yankees, 2-man Seattle, some one-offs. The perfect lineup score at 29.3.5 and the salary at 32.7, with the winning lineup going to Tig 22,489. Congrats on your 5K. They had the Yankee stack, then Schlittler, and 2-man Royals with a one-off of Davidson. The thing that I think is so crazy about Tig is he had 5 lineups in the top 6. My man got it done yesterday. Congrats to you, Tig. And now let's get into the DraftKings side. We got Jesus Luzardo putting up 31. We had Randy Vasquez putting up 33.1. And then we had a 3-man Yankee stack and some one-offs. 48.8 salary, 243.3 perfect lineup score. Winning lineup went to Nerdy Tenor. 205.25. Won by, almost 6 points here. He had Miller and Vasquez. Chalky Miller went nuts with 11 Ks. The man gave up 4 earned runs, but 11 strikeouts for a guy that over the last 5 only had a 14% K rate. Over his last 5 starts, that is. Randy Vasquez, meanwhile, 9 Ks, another guy that generally does not get many Ks, but he did yesterday. Then Nerdy had a 3-man Yankee stack, 3-man Seattle stack, 2-man Phillies. So a lot of correlation, just smaller stacks than we are used to seeing. Congrats to Nerdy Tenor. Now let's get into today's slate and see what we can uncover on this beautiful Friday. See how we can win some cash. And getting to the perfect or the high-owned pitchers, we got Tariq Skubal, 12K. My man is 12K on DraftKings, and he absolutely warrants it. He keeps just putting up giant game after giant game. And now he's in a good spot versus Miami. Miami versus lefties, low ISO, low WOBA. They are at least top 80% in exit velocity. That's Skubal, that is. Not a very pitcher-friendly park, but hey, they're striking out at 23.4%, and you're talking about Skubal here, who has a 2.9 FIP over his last 5 and a 27% K rate over the last 20, 2.38, and a 32.5% K rate. He's been allowing a lot of fly balls, a little barrel balls lately, but hey, it's Tariq Skubal. I'm really not scared. He can strike out everybody, and Miami versus lefties just hasn't been good. I'm here for it. I don't mind that he's 12K. There's actually a lot of interesting cheap value pitchers on the slate today. Next, we got Pablo Lopez, 21% owned, 8.8K, 8.64 versus the Diamondbacks. Man's 3.2 FIP over the last 20 and a 23% K rate are solid, but he does have a 4.11 and 18% K rate over the shorter term. Not giving up a whole lot of barreled balls. Not too much hard contact. Very little soft contact, though. All in all, Lopez is a very good pitcher. I don't mind going there. He is just back from the IR, though. His last start was the first time since June. And while there is some upside and he is better at home, I don't totally love him. I think he is maybe going a little bit overowned. I'm fine to have some, but there's other spots I like also. Luis Castillo, 7,500, 19% owned. 4.21 FIP over his last 20, 6.21 over the last 5. Now, there's one thing with that I want to point out. He is averaging 37% less fantasy points while at home. And over his last 5, 4 of the 5 starts have been away. The one that was at home was versus San Diego, who is a tough matchup. So I'm going to give him a little bit of a pass here. Before this stretch, he had, a bunch of stretches at home, and he was doing very good. Now he's in a matchup versus the Angels that are pretty boom bust. They hit the ball hard, but they strike out a lot, as we saw last night versus Miller. All in all, 25.4% combined K rate in a boom bust spot. I think it's interesting, and I'm fine going with some Castillo. Next, we got Chris Bassett, 8.2K versus the Orioles. My man's got a 3.67 FIP over his last 5 with a 24% K rate. Over the bigger time frame, 4.74 and 21%. Now, he is streaky. He's also way better at home, 69% more fantasy points at home. He's at home in this spot. He's been pitching good recently, and 3 of those 5 have been away. I don't mind getting some Bassett. He is a guy that I like to go to because he is boom bust, because he has that big upside at times, and 25% K rate over the last 20, 25% K rate over the last 150 versus righties for Baltimore. So I'm intrigued. Now, BVP data is a little scary, but I don't mind getting some. I think he's too cheap for the upside, and I don't mind it whatsoever. I think Castillo and Bassett are both interesting. Next, Yamamoto, 10K. This guy has been unbelievable all season long. 3.36 FIP over the 20, 3.55 over the 5. There's K upside. StatCast data is great. He's in an interesting spot. Now, the Giants have been hitting very well lately, but Yamamoto is one of the top pitchers in the game, and very few guys have the ceiling that he does. I don't mind 10K Yamamoto. Gives you similar ceiling to Skubal at 2K less. I don't mind pivoting to him also at lower ownership. He is not as safe, but I like it. If you want to go DeGrom, that's fine. He's in a decent spot. I mean, he's just extremely good. Mets have been hitting, but it's DeGrom. Jonah Tong, 7.9K. His numbers so far aren't all that great. 5.64 FIP in the MLB with 26% K rate, but he is a very highly sought after prospect with strikeout upside in an okay spot versus the Rangers. I think he makes for an interesting lower price pivot as well. Then we got JP Sears, 6.5K. Another guy, FIP isn't exactly what you want. Only a 20% K rate. Allows too many fly balls, but we're against the Colorado Rockies, who are against the lefty, which doesn't bode well for them. 26% K rate versus lefties, low ISO, low average, low WOBA over the last 20. And Sears, small sample size, but has done well versus them in the past. And we know there's a bit of a ceiling. He also is, working with this pitch mix and changing that up in a very pitcher-friendly environment at Petco, at home. I don't mind some JP Sears here. Next, we got Sandy Alcantara versus the Tigers. It's a tough matchup, but 3.86 FIP over the last 20, 3.1 over the last 5. Too much hard contact, but he's also much better at home with 43% more fantasy points at home. The matchup is decent. They've been striking out a lot lately versus righties. Definitely intrigued with a combined K rate of 25%. I think 6K Sandy Alcantara with the ceiling that he has is way too cheap. And it is, you could just stack this game's pitchers. You can go Skubal and Alcantara. Yeah, you lose the upside of 2 wins, where you can only get 1 win, but you're at 18K in pitchers and you're getting access to huge ceiling from both starters. I don't mind that route. Like I said, there's a lot of low price pitchers. Next one, Brandon Path. He is about as boom bust as it comes. And my worry, 81% less fantasy points away, but the man is a 2.96 FIP over his last 5 and a 21% K rate. StatCast data is fine. Matchup data is a little bit scary. Minnesota hits the ball extremely hard, but they strike out a lot. And when Paft is on, he can rack up some Ks. So I like the risk ceiling type situation here, and I don't mind some Brandon Paft. As I said, there are a lot of low price options that I like. Next, we got to talk about Waldrop. Waldrop has been straight up dealing. 3.71 FIP over his last 5, 24% K rate. StatCast data is good. He's in a decent matchup here. And I mean, he has that ability to go 7 innings, 7 Ks in 87 pitches. Now, most of the time, he's going to be low 90s pitches. I'm fine to go here versus Houston, who has been struggling a little bit at the plate. But I think it's an interesting matchup at 9K. Going extremely low owned makes him intriguing for me. Now, get over to FanDuel. Check out our high owned pitchers over here. We got Skubal, Castillo, and Yamamoto. Those probably should be your high 3, high owned 3. I don't mind any of them. Alcantara, 8,500 is a bit expensive over here. Don't hate it, but don't love it. Lopez, Tong, clear pivots you can make as well. Now let's get over to our stack attacks. Tim Anderson asking, how do I think about Skubal under 7Ks? Well, he said Scooby. Or under 8Ks. I'm assuming that's Skubal. I mean, I don't know, man. I hate fading Skubal. Skubal's so good. Can he go under? Yes, but I'm probably not taking that one. What do you think of Shane Baz on his first start versus the Cubs? To be honest, I haven't looked at Baz yet, just due to the fact that he is not on the main slate. But Cubs are without Tucker. They haven't been hitting very well. It's not the worst spot in the world. All right, stacks. High owned stacks. We got San Diego versus Tanner Gordon. Tanner Gordon has got lit up. 5.2 FIP over his last 20. The Padres had just absolutely crushed righties. Tanner Gordon's a righty. He's not good. You got some of these lefties heating up like Merrill. I think the Padres are an interesting stack, and it's not just a homer take. I absolutely like them. I liked Merrill yesterday. I like him again today. Don't mind going that way. They are our highest projected or highest owned. They are also popping up as a decently high projected, but the Yankees are coming up as our highest projected stack versus Giolito. Now, Giolito is a funny one. Huge upside in stacking against him, but he also can come out and shut teams out. It is about as boom bust as you get. If the Yankees get super high owned, I don't mind some leverage Giolito pitching options, but I'm definitely going to be stacking versus him. Also, he's been worse at home, which this game is in Boston. And the Yankees got plenty of hitters that can play up in that park. Minnesota popping up versus Paft makes all the sense in the world. Paft has been much worse away, gives up some hard contact, and they have some home run hitters. Seattle versus Kikuchi's popping up. Kikuchi's been poor lately. He's worse when he's away. He gives up hard contact, and Seattle has been raking lately. So fine to go there as well. High value action. We got Berger versus Tong. Tong, I think, is a very good pitcher. Don't love trying to pick on him, but he is still new to the MLB. Therefore, I don't mind it a little bit. Andrew, I agree. J-Rod is in a great spot again. We were all over him yesterday, and he probably does it again today. Colorado versus JP Sears. JP Sears, 5.48 FIP, 5.55. Timothy, you're from San Diego. I am as well. And yeah, they couldn't beat Brown last night. But the thing, if you listen to the show yesterday, I was talking about Brown not being the worst pitcher in baseball. He's actually been extremely good in the minors this season. He started in high A and did so well that he's all the way in MLB today. There is upside with Brown. So I don't totally hate it. Now, the Padres offense hasn't been great lately, so that is no surprise. But I would say that Brown is not the worst pitcher in baseball. I mean, JP Sears is worse. Tanner Gordon is worse. So let's go to the high ceiling here. Jacob deGrom. I have a rough time trying to pick on deGrom, but Mets definitely can hit. The ceiling is there. I'm probably not going to have much Mets though. High leverage, we got Mets and we got Seattle. I like the Seattle ones. Don't love the Mets ones. Click in our teams tab here. 5.5 implied run total for the A's versus Brady Singer. Brady Singer has been super good lately, but there's upside playing in that park. San Diego versus Tanner Gordon. I'm fine going there. Cincinnati popping up a little bit versus the A's, who we're not totally sure who they're going against, but that bullpen's bad. In a hitter-friendly park, I'm fine with that. ATL versus Jaden Murray. Yankees 4.6 versus Giolito. 4.5 for Milwaukee versus Palante. I would be very intrigued there. Minnesota versus Paft. I think that's a great one. Boston versus Lou Gill. Lou Gill is somebody I could have talked about as a cheap pivot, going low owned. We saw he has huge ceiling last year, and he's still working back from injury. I think he is interesting. I don't mind some Boston stacks, but I do kind of prefer the Lou Gill side of it. Waldrop versus Houston. I don't want much Houston. Can they get it done, though? Absolutely. 4.3 versus Verlander. Verlander looks like he has risen once again in an old age, and he's been pitching very, very well lately. The Dodgers have been hitting a little bit. They seem to be heating up. I don't mind some Dodger stacks, but I don't want to go hard on them. Seattle versus Kikuchi, I love. I'm going to have a lot of them. Just big time upside there. If we go way down the list, as far as other guys, I don't mind to stack. I don't mind some Baltimore. White Sox have been hitting lately. Bibee can give up some strong contact, and I think Colorado is naturally in play here. JP Sears doesn't, while I like him as a pitcher tonight, a pitching option, he doesn't really instill a whole lot of confidence. He can definitely get lit up. Colorado plays the Padres tough for whatever reason they get up it. Maybe it's just the divisional thing, but all in all, Colorado somehow plays Padres tough, and therefore I don't mind picking on some JP Series as well. That's going to do it for us today, guys. It's been a good week. Come join us at LineStar. Give us the free trial. Come give us a try. That's all we're asking. If you do download the app, please also make sure to give us a review. 5 stars goes so far in helping us. Y'all have a good one. I'll be back with the prop show in a bit. Talk to y'all later. Peace.